My favorite segment of the show. We're going to dive into it right now. Todd's going to look at yesterday's game and see how the Broncos can use that going forward into next week's game against the Bills. So without further ado, Todd, take us into the inside scoop.
Absolutely. So this is the first drive for the Denver Broncos. And what I love most about yesterday's game is the creativity that I saw from Sean, I saw from Bo at times. Everybody was trying to make plays. I think Sean was putting them in great positions to make plays. So we got a pistol formation here. Usually that means a designed run or a quarterback run. But the Broncos are going to have a lot of moving parts that are going to keep this defense on their heels. So they're going to motion Marvin Mims in the play. They're going to flash back with Troutman. They're going to orbit motion with the receiver here. So they're going to have a lot of eye candy for this defense to try and keep their eyes on, whether that's man or zone. It's hard to understand, okay, do I need to fall back? Do I need to go forward? Where do I need to be for my new gap? And then man-to-man, you just got a lot of guys crossing, trying to find their man. So this corner's going to go back. The safety's trying to rotate down to account for Marvin Mims. He's going to fake the ball to the running back. Then he's going to fake the ball to Franklin. I mean, there's so much going on this one play, and it's a great job of Sean Payton being able to create so much confusion that now you get Quinn Miners one-on-one with a linebacker, and you're going to get your star stud playmaker, Marvin Mims, the football in space, and I see it's nothing but green grass. And I think that's all from the creativity of the play, and then also having playmakers that can take this pass that is about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and take it to the house.
Man, it was so clear yesterday that the players, especially after the first drive and all went well on both sides, were just having fun the rest of the game and playing loose. And especially Sean Payton was coaching loose, and he was coaching for fun, and he needs to use that going forward. He cannot be tight, and he can't be questioning himself. Go be Sean Payton. Go do what makes you great, and just making crazy play designs, and take that into play design, but also take it into going for 2 points at a game. He was aggressive yesterday. Be aggressive again next week. Carry that forward, because I loved what I saw yesterday.
Todd, especially on a play like this, I feel like these two things are constantly battling in football. And just to simplify it, can you explain what it means when you tell a linebacker to read your keys?
So reading your keys is basically you start with the triangle, which is like the guard, center guard to the running back. So you want to be able to read your keys to be able to tell you where the football is going. But right now, within this play, all your keys will be lying to you.
Yep.
They're telling you that this ball is probably going to the running back, and then you see the way the line is flowing. Okay, now it's probably going to Troy Franklin, and all those keys are wrong. So you try to read your keys, you try to trust the process, but when a good play designer puts together a play like this, all your keys could be telling you the wrong direction to go.
But what I love about it is that it starts with, like, the idea is let's just get Quinn Miners blocking in space for Marvin Mims.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what we want to do here. Great idea. And then you find out all these other things to do to make sure that the idea works.
Yep.
And especially when you're going up against guys who maybe haven't been on the field as much, you know, as a coach, especially as an offensive play caller, these guys are going to be hungry to make plays. Mm-hmm. So they're going to see these little keys, and that's going to tell them, okay, go here, go there. And they're going to want to get there, and they're going to want to be trying to play, with anticipation and all of that to make sure that they can go out there and make plays. And this design by Sean Payton is just taking advantage of all of that, of all these guys who want to go out there and kind of make a statement, show something to the rest of the NFL.
Absolutely. All right, here's the next play. This is a little bit of creativity that I saw from Bo Nix. This play did not count, but nonetheless, I want to see more of it. This was a great job. Bo has a clean pocket, but unfortunately, everybody's covered up downfield. So, young man, you got to do what you got to do. Use your legs. Get out the pocket. Show your speed. He's been doing a great job of it the last couple of weeks, getting back into that rhythm of running the football when everybody's covered. He gets downfield, puts together a good run, about 25 yards, and decides to pitch the ball here to Javonte. Pitch the ball. It's the playoffs, man. There's nothing to lose. If we can find a way to win this game, if we can find a way to beat the Bills on the road, if we can make some splash plays to win this game, make the plays. And I love it here. Do it. This is when it's really backyard football. You're having a good time. You're so locked in that it seems effortless, that it's not a bonehead play. It just feels right because I'm so in tune with the zone that I need to be in to play this game. I'm just going to pitch this ball. And so it did not count, but I think this was a great play from Bo Nix, and I want to see more of it in the playoffs.
I love that. And you know what we found out from Bo Nix, or what Bo Nix found out about himself? He's too damn fast to pitch the ball back, because if he was going slower, it wouldn't have been a forward pass. How far back does a guy have to be for it not to be a forward pass? He is literally 4 yards behind him when he pitches this ball, and it still was a forward pass because they were going so fast.
Yeah, I think this invokes the theory of relativity.
Yeah.
No way, you made that up.
No. I think it does, because he's moving so fast, and then he didn't counter his own speed enough by the speed that he pitched it backwards. Then the ball moved forward. It's just science stuff.
Oh,
It
just
is,
science.
yeah.
Is
It's
that
one of those
basic
laws.
third grade?
No,
It's one of like the Newton's laws
Yeah,
of physics.
objects in motion tends to stay in motion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like that thing where it's like if you're on a train and you like reach your arm out the window with like a tennis ball and you throw the tennis ball.
No, never heard that one. No.
Well, because then because that tennis ball goes as fast as you can throw the ball, plus as fast as the train is going, because that's helping.
But
Yeah.
only
The
for a
point
short
is
period of time, because there's a lot of air resistance.
exactly.
Look at us. Look at us.
Who knew?
The point is he's behind him when he throws the ball, but what matters is where you throw it from and where he is when he catches it.
We have to stop this, though. We have to just say, like, the spirit of the play was that the ball went backwards. I don't care that it technically went forward.
Yes.
The player was behind him, and he pitched it backwards.
Yep.
Which
he clearly did.
Yes, that should be considered a backwards pass. We don't need to go and review things like this.
I think that it's good that this happened in this game and not next week. And I don't know. This offseason, you can sign Bo up for some physics classes, and hopefully he like learns a couple more of these things, because the idea is great.
Wow.
But I think that Javonte now knows maybe take another step backward, and then all of a sudden it'll work next week.
Yeah, I mean, science aside, I'm with Todd on this, on the sense of like, you're so in the zone, you're so locked in, you're so comfortable out on the field that you make a play like this. Everyone wants to, just be all over it every time Patrick Mahomes makes a play like this.
Yep.
The reason Patrick Mahomes makes plays like this is because his leash is so long.
Yep.
He doesn't, if it goes wrong, which I can't remember a time where it even did, if it goes wrong, no one's going to be like, wow, this guy sucks. And he plays so comfortable because he can just get away with it. He can throw left-handed passes, he can throw behind the back pass, he can do all of this stuff because he's just so comfortable on the field. Bo making that play tells me he's not afraid of anything. He's not afraid of what's going to happen to him if something goes wrong. He knows it's going to work because that's his guy.
And you know what? Sean Payton has done a masterful job of giving Bo this long leash and making sure he knows he has this long leash. When Bo goes out and throws interceptions after the game, Sean says, "No, that was on me." And you guys roll your eyes, but it's Sean's giving him this long leash and letting him know publicly, look, kid, you can't do anything wrong in my eyes. You go out and you go make plays. And so I think that's another reason why Bo is doing this, because he has the full support and he knows he has the full support of Sean.
I'm just glad that they didn't say after the game that it should have counted because it was cool, like the Travis Kelce pitch last year.
Oh, yeah.
You just let it go. You don't go and whine and throw a big fit about it.
It's not that it's cool that it shouldn't have counted. It should have counted. It's just that in the
Exactly.
spiritually it went backwards.
It did, very much so.
Yeah,
But according to Newton's third law, it
One of
didn't.
them.
Yeah.
somebody in the chat has to know the answer. Ooh, I wonder if Bill Nye will be a guest on our show.
Oh.
Call
I
him
think
in
there's
just
a
to
new
ask him this
guy
question. Oh, really?
Yeah, Bill Nye, he might be out of the game.
Sounds like he has some free time.
I
Bill,
think-
Bill
There's
Nye
no
new
way
guy?
those laws don't change. The laws of physics have been around for forever.
I'm just saying, Bill Nye's passed the torch on to some TikTokers.
TikTokers.
I don't know TikTokers.
I think there's a guy named Hank Green. You can hit him up. You
He
guys
lives
can,
in Missoula.
Wow.
You can bond on the Hank thing.
Lives in Missoula.
Or should we bring Ryan
You
Green
can bond
in?
on the Hank thing.
Ryan
and the
Green,
Missoula-
and then we have Hank Green.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow. All right, let's jump back to
I wonder
the
if they'll
inside
dress
scoop.
like us.
All right, we talked about the offense a little bit, so this is what we're going to need from our defense. You talk about Josh Allen, his ability to extend plays. Well, when you play great defense, you get a body on a body. Everybody's in man coverage here with a whole player. If we can get Josh Allen to pat the football here, but also have great coverage downfield, I think it's going to give our dominant pass rush time to get home. And I feel like that's what we need to do. So the whole player here acts as like a spy player. So you're protecting the middle of the field, but you also have the ability to attack Josh Allen if he starts to scramble. And in that time, you create a little bit of hesitancy in him and he's still looking downfield, that gives just enough time for guys like Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cougar, JFM to be able to get home. And I feel like that's what we have to do to Josh Allen. We have to neutralize him by making him hesitant to run. And then when he does pat the football, give just enough time for our pass rushers to get home and make a big play.
I love it. And Josh Allen obviously is the second best runner in the NFL from quarterback perspective. And Carson Wentz is also mobile. And the people that were nervous going into this last game kept saying, oh, remember, Carson Wentz was an MVP at one point. He might come out and shred the Broncos defense. And those people need to remember how well the Broncos defense has played against them. Obviously, whole different stratosphere where with Josh Allen's at, but the Broncos did a fantastic job against Carson Wentz. In the first quarter, Carson Wentz and the Chiefs offense had 1 first down, and it was to a questionable PI that happened. So Broncos need to take a similar approach, and they kind of got an idea of how Josh Allen will play yesterday.
I think that was one of the easiest shutouts I've ever seen, though.
Yeah.
The defense was stressed very rarely.
Very, yeah.
It was just this one drive.
Yeah.
This was the only time they really had a chance to score.
There was a missed field goal.
Yep. Todd, one more thing. So Benito goes inside there, and it kind of looks like he might have gotten held and kind of thrown inside. When you have somebody spying at linebacker, can you let Benito go inside, like rush inside because you have somebody contained?
That's not really talked about. Like your rush needs to be cohesive enough to not let the quarterback escape regardless of who you have behind you. So the front four and how they rush is not really talked about in regards to like you have an extra spy player that can cover for you. Like if you guys are running games up front, all your games need to amount to the quarterback staying in the pocket. And if that guy leaks out, that's on you. Yep. But of course, in this play, they do have another body, but we don't talk about it as far as like a safety valve.
Cool.
Great
All
question.
right. Next play right
Great
here.
answer.
So this is what I need to see from Bo Nix. I think Sean Payton, do a great job of giving Bo Nix some pre-snap motion right here so he can know, okay, is it man or zone? What am I seeing? Who's traveling with my wide receivers? And then once he knows and understands, he knows and can dissect plays very well. So, give him a clean pocket. Let him have a little bit of time to sit back there and dissect, whether it's man or zone, one-on-one, where the safeties are sitting at. And I think when he does have that time and he sets his feet, I mean, look at his feet right here. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
The transfer of weight, his momentum, what other scientific words can I use to...
He pivoted.
Kinetic energy.
The kinetic energy he's
Ooh,
applying
yeah.
into the
Potential
ground
energy.
right now is allowing for him to make throws like this. And so when he makes throws where he's able to, split the corner that's one-on-one and the safety, we need guys like Vele to go up and make a big play. So this is Bo Nix throwing the football well with a clean pocket, setting his feet. And then also we're going to need 1 or 2 or 3 plays from our wide receivers where, hey, you're just going to have to go up and get the football, make a great catch, and help Bo out because he's making a great throw.
There's a couple plays each game that elicit this reaction out of me, and this was the one yesterday where I was sitting downstairs with Ryan Green, Allie, Tori, Ryan's sister, and after that throw, I just turned to them and I just said, guys, he's really good. Like, he's actually really good. It's not a mirage. It's not a false positive. This isn't, a Tim Tebow situation.
Oh, man.
Bo Nix is really good. And when he makes plays like that, it just it's so comforting.